Sonic died with colors. This is a sentiment that seems to be growing amongst a significant portion of the Sonic fans. But what do they mean? Why colors? And most importantly, is this new outlook right or wrong? Hey, hi there, how's it going? My name is Stirrupletter, and God help me, I'm a Sonic fan. Sonic Colors was a game released to positive acclaim in 2010 following Sonic Unleashed. Now, however, many look at it as the point where the franchise changed for the worse and seemingly may never recover from, hence died. Obviously, the franchise is still literally alive, with the movie coming out and presumably a new game in the works. Due to the initial positive reception of the game, many, however, are confused by this notion, decrying it merely as nostalgia tinting a younger generation's goggle eyes. This counterpoint is entirely incorrect. There is so much more going on here than nostalgia, and this video will explain and explore why. It's not a review of the game. Sonic the Hedgehog is a franchise that has been seemingly unable to avoid controversy over the past decade and a half. In 2006, the game Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 was released to massive negative reception. In addition, YouTube was becoming a viable platform for video game discussion, and Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 was an extremely hot topic. Let's plays, reviews, and virtually anything around the game became extremely successful, so anything that can be said about the game did get said. The gameplay was criticized for its rushed nature and questionable physics, the story was decried as nonsensical and disturbing, and any glitch that could be found was found. And the trend didn't stop there. The next three games had many similar criticisms levied against them: Secret Lanes, Black Knight, and Unleashed. So when Colors came out, it was largely seen as a breath of fresh air for the series, and a large step in the right direction. I mean, after all, it was a fully 3D game that focused solely on Sonic's gameplay, without being weighed down by alternate characters and gameplay gimmicks, right? Well, no. You see, everything I just said is wrong. Ask anyone who's a fan of Sonic Unleashed and they'll tell you. Sonic Unleashed had an unfair negative reception because it followed after Sonic 2006. Heck, I think most people who dislike Unleashed because of the Werehog would probably agree the initial negative reception was unfair. I'd actually extend this to the storybook games as well. You see, amidst all the backlash Sonic 2006 received, something was born. Something that had always been brewing in the background since the Genesis. The opposite of a fandom, a hateum. People who didn't like Sonic and /or wanted to see it fail started talking about it with authority. Some transparently, others more insidiously, claiming to be fans themselves. Between this and misinformed fans who hadn't moved on since the Genesis, a lot of misinformation and misconceptions about the game started to be taken as fact. Things like Sonic never had a good story, or Sonic should just be a lighthearted platformer, or classic Sonic didn't talk. Basically, they wanted Sonic to be more like Mario, a series that focuses solely on gameplay and specifically doesn't have an in-depth story and generally keeps its characters squeaky clean. Despite all of its faults, the shortcomings of Sonic 2006 have been greatly exaggerated. If you were to base your opinion of the game purely from YouTube videos, you'd probably reach the conclusion that the game is a broken, unplayable mess that changed everything we know about Sonic. In reality, however, despite its extremely rushed nature, it's a perfectly beatable game, not hard to get from front to back in the slightest. And most importantly, despite its flaws, it didn't change what Sonic was. Despite what people will tell you, going from the classics to adventure is extremely natural in terms of gameplay and tone. Sonic was always more serious than your typical Mario clone and had more story as well. Sonic 3 and Knuckles had a story about Eggman invading Angel Island to build a doomsday weapon and introduced us to Knuckles, the last survivor of an ancient race of echidnas whose duty was to protect the Master Emerald, the island's source of power. Heck, even Sonic 2 showed us that collecting all the emeralds let Sonic go Super Saiyan. In Sonic Adventure, the focus on a lore-heavy story, the world-threatening stakes, and the world building, aka Sonic living on Earth with humans, were nothing new to the franchise if you go by the Japanese canon. I mean, look at all this beautiful art. Come on, even in Sonic 1, Eggman is clearly human, and that's a real-ass city in the background of Starlight Zone. So in full context, Sonic's jump to 3D in terms of tone and storytelling isn't odd at all. So what about Sonic Adventure 2, a game that's considerably darker than its predecessor? Well, Sonic Adventure 2 was meant to be Sonic's greatest adventure ever, and the story pushed the boundaries of what to expect in a Sonic story. While it already has a bit more tension than previous Sonic games off the bat with Sonic on the run from the government, it was mostly still in the same tone from the previous games, until the ending, where we learned the true nature of Gerald's intentions, what happened on the Ark 50 years ago, and see Shadow's character arc completed. There have been lots of videos and posts explaining just how brilliant SA2's story is, and I highly recommend checking those out for full context. However, here, I will say that in terms of tone, it's very obvious why they pushed the limits like they did, and given the execution, it's perfectly acceptable. Furthermore, I want to emphasize why a series about an anthropomorphic hedgehog having a serious story is a good thing. Sonic started life as a competitor to Mario, and to an extent I think he always will be. So what made Sonic stand out from the rest of mascot platforms and actually compete with Nintendo's gaming icon? Simple. Sonic thrived on being different. Mario is a platformer, well Sonic is a platformer that goes fast. Mario's focus going forward is gameplay, while Sonic will emphasize story going forward. Mario is getting more sanitized, Sonic is getting grittier. It's a simple formula for success. Look at what the competition doesn't offer and focus on it. Through this, Sonic crafted an identity that I think is wholly unique from Mario, whereas something like the Giannis sisters will never fully escape its shadow. And if you're going to say that you can't take a Speedy Blue Hedgehog seriously because it's ridiculous, well, by that logic, Star Wars is a story about space wizards for children.
To say that a fantastic or unrealistic premise invalidates or lessens the narrative and/or the emotional resonance it may be trying to earn fundamentally undermines the core principles of storytelling. I believe this argument is the height of intellectual dishonesty and a sign of emotional immaturity. Besides, on a fundamental level, I'd say Sonic is just as cool as Star Wars, so why not give it a more serious story?
So let's get back to Sonic 2006. In terms of tone, Sonic 2006 isn't much darker than SA1, so it definitely isn't pushing those sort of boundaries for the series. What about the maligned art style? Well, with art style, there's obviously an element of to each its own, but here's the thing. The art style of humans in Sonic has always been more realistically proportioned. You can see this in the anime art style of SA1, you can see this in SA2, and you can see this in Shadow. Even when Sonic is at his most cartoony, the humans in Man of the Year are more realistically proportioned than something like Sonic Unleashed. It already makes sense that they'd want to give the art style an update for the jump to the next gen. Therefore, the more realistic art style is not nearly as out of place as some people make it out to be, especially given the popularity of realistic graphics at the time.
But what about Sonic falling in love and kissing a girl?
I'll be honest, the way people cling to this kind of baffles me. Sure, it's a little weird from a meta point of view, but it's completely innocent within the game itself. This alone makes it feel like a very surface level complaint to me. Elise is obviously a reference to Madonna, an early concept for Sonic's girlfriend, and more or less the premise of the story is what if Sonic fell in love. Since this is an anniversary title, it makes sense to have callbacks to the series' origins like this.
But Sonic would never fall in love, it's against his character.
Well, that's where we come to one of the most important aspects of writing, characterization. Sonic falling in love is admittedly something that could be seen as out of character for him. However, the crux of an arc for character writing is change. So how do you get an established character to do something they haven't done before without it feeling out of character for them? Characterization. By looking at how the character behaves and keeping the core elements of their personality intact, you can realistically depict almost any character in a variety of different situations. For example, Sonic falling in love with Elise doesn't feel out of place because Sonic is able to stay in character throughout the story. For example, he meets Elise fighting Eggman out of his sense of justice. When Elise asks why he's helping her, he tells her that there's no special reason. He'd be saving this person no matter who it was. It seems that Sonic was just doing Sonic things and became more attached than he expected. What's more, Sonic stays in character throughout the game. He's cocky, confident, carefree, and cool-headed.
Wow, that's a pretty snazzy performance there.
It can't be.
I'm Sonic! Sonic the Hedgehog!
Not that irritating hedgehog again! Attack! You keep getting in my way, you pesky little hedgehog! Very well. I'll take you out myself!
Right back at ya! I'll finish this here!
No! The canopy!
Hey, Eggman, what's the matter?
You! I'm just getting started!
Sonic!
Tails! Long time no see!
I'm glad you're here. I heard that you tried to save their princess from Dr. Eggman. You're going to rescue her, aren't you? Let me help. I may not know what Eggman's up to, but it can't be a good thing.
Okay, with your help, this should be a piece of cake.
I'll do my best.
Feels great, doesn't it?
Yes, I've never run so fast before.
Nothing starts until you take action. If you have time to worry, then run.
This is consistent with how it was portrayed in SA1, SA2, Heroes, and also upcoming games including Sonic and the Black Knight, Sonic and the Secret Rings, and Sonic Unleashed.
Hey, where am I?
Being from a distant world. Forgive my abrupt summons.
Ha-ha! Oh, I get it. No problem. I'm used to stuff like this. You know, I've let you play around more than enough for one thing.
Sonic, be careful. The Ifrit is no child.
Can't take much more of this. That's it. The eye is its weak point. Sorry, but you were in the way.
現在両機は首都上空を南下中。機体航路とも異常なし。こちらコントロール、そちらの機体位置を確認した。捕獲したハリネズミの状況を報告せよ。現況報告。現在移送中の容疑者は。どうした？ハリネズミがいません。同乗した仲間が全員。どうした？現況報告しろ。やめろ！早まるな！こっちに来るんだ。
機内上映も機内食もないんじゃねえ。それに俺は走る方が好きなのだ。
Hey, isn't that...
Sonic!
Talk about being stubborn and full of surprises.
Long time no see, boys. Too bad you had to come all this way for nothing. We'll take it from here.
What'd you say?
Sensors locked on Eggman. Non-compliant intruders will be destroyed.
Didn't you know? We have a date with Eggman, too.
Is that so? Well then, it'll be a date to die for.
Hey, that's my line.
Merlina, every world has its end. I know that's kind of sad, but that's why we gotta live life to the fullest in the time we have. At least, that's what I figure.
Grandfather.
That brings us to Sonic Colors. Sonic Colors is not a return to form, it is a departure. Starring here, Sonic is written as a completely different character to the one he's been since the beginning.
He loves to hear his own lips flap, but I gotta hand it to the Eggster. This place is epic. Huh? Okay, seriously? We need to find Eggman and figure out how catching these aliens fits into whatever heinous plan he's hatching.
And wreck that plan, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much how we spend our time. Hey, did somebody here order a clobbering? Are you sure? It says somebody ordered an extra large clobbering topped with everything. Okay. Tell you what, I can't take this thing back, so I'll give you an extra large clobbering for nothing. Hope you're hungry. If I was an alien in need of saving, where would I be? Experience has taught me to investigate anything that glows. Hey, Tails, you missed the BBBE.
Huh?
Best beating ever!
Sonic is now a self-aware, ironic quip spouting surfer bra. He's not Sonic anymore. He's Ben's from Street Sharks.
Sharks? Ah! Oh man, it is a bad B movie!
And this characterization has continued all the way from Colors through Forces.
Funny thing, it was first translating as horrible body odor. Anyway, it seems an evil man, and you might know him, who they call Baldy Nosehair.
Baldy Nosehair? That's the best thing I've heard all day. I gotta remember that one.
I know, I've already written it down. Hey, where are you going?
To find Baldy McNosehair, of course. I'm totally calling him McNosehair.
He's not kidding, by the way.
Hey! I've been looking for you, Baldy McNosehair.
Eggman's going on a vacation.
Which means we finally get a break from old Baldy McNosehair. Hey, Baldy McNosehair! You're toast! Or on toast, like an egg, man.
Even outside the context of Sonic, this game is just straight up badly written. The self-aware aspect of the writing often kills what could have been decent jokes, like here.
That was almost difficult.
Sonic, you did it!
Couldn't have done it without you, buddy.
Thanks. Hey, we both deserve some kind of reward.
Yeah, let's go to an amusement park or something.
All right, but one that's, less evil than this one.
Having Tails comment on the park they're in ruins the joke. It would have been far more effective to have this at the end of the scene with this joke and have Sonic say,
Yeah, let's go to an amusement park or something.
And then fade out. The entire game is like this.
Precious little aliens! I'll harness their hyper-go-on power, and then nothing will stop me. I know I say that every time, but this time, really, nothing will stop me. What? Sonic!
Who you calling nothing?
Huh? He means since the boss said nothing will stop me, and Sonic here is going to stop him, it's like the boss was calling Sonic nothing.
Great! I thought nobody would get that.
What's more, Sonic Colors begins introducing aspects to the series similar to Mario. For example, this level looks rather similar to something, doesn't it? Also, many people take umbrage with the level design. There's a distinct lack of 3D sections compared to 2.5D sections, and what 3D there is much more restrictive and corridor-like compared to Unleashed. What's more, the 2D sections are often blockier in design, and they appear to be the crutch for the lack of 3D. Levels often are extremely short as well, with some acts being completely 2.5D and completable in seconds. Sonic Colors feels extremely scaled back in scope compared to Unleashed, with people often calling Unleashed the last Sonic game that felt like it had an actual budget behind it. These are all major issues that aren't isolated to Colors either. Many of the criticisms I just listed can be applied to every Sonic game after it. Starting here, the entire franchise seems to want to conform to something it's not, spurred on by the unfair criticisms from people who want the series to be just like Mario, or some such thing. Everything Sonic related from this point forth has a sense of irony, like it's ashamed of what came before, with the official Sonic Twitter even going so far as to collaborate with people like Aaron Hansen, one of the most vocal Sonic detractors, who clearly has no understanding of what the series is meant to mean, where it comes from, and openly mocks even the most celebrated aspects of the series, like the music.
Oh,
meow,
please,
meow,
please.
Meow, meow, meow.
Yo, can I get the OST from Sonic Heroes? I just want to blast this shit in a Corvette or something. Just ride through town like full blast. Meow, 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 meow.
What's up, fellow kids?
This is all the music all the kids are oh my god. All right.
And Aaron Weber has the gall to put this man in the same room as Jun Sonoe. Yes, I am insulted on his behalf. Let's be honest though. A lot of issues about the Sonic series changing into something it wasn't didn't begin in Colors. They actually began in Unleashed. Unleashed began shifting the plot to be more comedic. Need I remind you that this is where Orbot makes his debut? And aesthetically changing what was previously established. Even if you don't like the way the humans look in Sonic 2006, they were obviously an evolution of what came before in SA, SA2, and Shadow Shadow the Hedgehog. These Pixar humans, on the other hand, are straight up aesthetically clashing with Sonic and all of his designs. And if you're wondering why these weren't issued in Black Knight, that's most likely because they were developed separately, with Unleashed being a direct response to the aftermath of 2006. So why aren't people saying Sonic died with Unleashed? Well, I'd say it's mostly because they kept the most important thing the same: Sonic. Sonic Unleashed has some of the best character moments for Sonic in the series.
What do you figure that was all about? The hair, and those arms, and look at the Chaos Emeralds!
So, is this what you usually look like?
Yeah, this is the real me. Pretty cool, huh? I bet it's thanks to you. Even at night when I'm like this, I'm still myself, not like all the other people we've seen. You must have been protecting me this whole time.
I haven't done anything, Sonic. You're the reason you haven't changed at all. You're too strong to lose yourself.
I'm the reason?
Yeah, you never doubt yourself, no matter what. You never give in to the night or the darkness inside your heart. I think it's because I knew that about you. That's why I wanted you to help me. Sonic, I will never, ever forget you. Thank you, Sonic. Goodbye, friend.
Hey!
Whoa, what?
Where do you think you're off to all by yourself?
What? But my memory is back now, and, well, from here on out, it's my responsibility, so, I mean, there's no reason for you to come along, so I should just...
Do I need a reason to want to help out a friend?
Thanks, Sonic. Yeah!
Ow! Huh?
I'll never forget you. I'll be here by you, always. A part of the earth you tread.
But then came Colors, and not only did it double down on the things Unleashed was changing, but there was a change in staff, with writers Ken Pontac and Warren Graff charging headfirst into irony and self-aware humor, not at all helped by Roger Craig Smith's performance. Combine all this with Aaron Webber using the song's social media in a similar fashion, in addition to working with people like Aaron Hansen, and the rest is history. To date, at least. I have my hopes that sincere and unironic Ryan will come back to the series, and I'm actually the optimistic type who thinks the series will be returned to its former glory someday. But let's just say I don't think it will be with the next game. But given how much was changed in this game when so much was so good before, it's not hard to see why many people say Sonic died with Colors.
so bad.